picture the oral history of the Bantu people. When you look at the story of Abraham and Lot, they had Abraham was given a well-watered land. Lot had his portion that was partly destroyed with Sodom and Gomorrah. When you look at Ezekiel 38:22, it says that in the last days that God's going to rain down pestilence and blood, great hailstones, fire and brimstone in the land of Canaan against the Gentile nations. You cannot have fire and brimstone raining down in reality unless you have volcanoes. Volcanic brimstone is sulfur that's found in the formation of volcanoes when they erupt in the form of solids, liquids, and gas. Solids meaning stones, liquid meaning rain, like sulfuric rain. And this is a known fact. There's no active volcanoes in Israel today. When you look at the word Sodom in the Hebrew Strong's is 5467, it says burnt and it says volcanic district. Sodom, if you look at today's so-called Sodom, there's no volcanoes. There's no volcanoes. It's a desert. It's just rocks and deserts. You look at the Hebrew word for Sodom and Gomorrah, how it became. It says the Hebrew word is chamar, which is 2560. It means to boil up, to glow with redness, to be foul, fermenting. How do you have something glow with redness unless you have a active volcanic mountain or volcanic lakes that are just constantly on fire? How do you have fermentation and foul smell unless you have sulfur burning along with fire and sulfuric acids that you see where, not in Israel, but in the Danakil Depression in northeast Ethiopia, in a city called Dalal in northeast Ethiopia. We see salt lakes, salt flats, and salt pits and sulfuric lakes in the Danakil Depression in northeast Ethiopia, right near Eritrea. Now, why is this important? Because if you read the Bible, it says that in Numbers 21, when the Israelites lived with Moses, they left Mount Hor, following the pathway of the Nile River, or the river of reeds. They followed the pathway of the Nile River. When they left Egypt with Moses and the Israelites, and they followed the path of the Nile River, the river of reeds, not the Red Sea, because there's no reeds growing there. And they had to go around Edom, which is the outer boundary of his land, to get to the area where they battled the Canaanite kings, like the king of Arad and the Amorites. It said that Edom's land was near the Salt Sea, which they incorrectly called the Dead Sea. The Romans named it the Dead Sea because nothing lives there. King David and Joab, the army officer, defeated the Edomites in the Valley of Salt.